Hey, what's going on? How are you guys? My hair's a little bit crazy today. I should have taken a shower and tied it back before the live stream, but we are live on Instagram as well. So how are you guys today? I was gonna do a carnivore diet Q&A, but I figured screw it. Let's just talk about the protests. That's probably what everyone's gonna be focused on anyway. I was thinking about going down there, hiring some people to hand out some flyers. By no means am I gonna, hand out the flyers myself or put myself at risk. Although I would like to go down there and like film a vlog, just like an easy YouTube video for one day, just like film what's going on down in the city. But logistically, I don't know like what streets are closed, what's actually going on down there, and stuff like that. Hey Marisol, what's going on today? But how are you guys today? What's going on? Thank you guys, everyone that signed up to Patreon, everyone that's donated to PayPal. You guys are very, very, very generous. I'm gonna go through PayPal either later tonight or tomorrow and just go through and send everyone a thank you email. Yeah, my hair's really crazy. I really needed to comb it or something. It looks terrible. How's my day been? Pretty horrible. I ate like too much meat yesterday, and I got to stay away from the iron. So I didn't sleep all night, and then I like kept trying to lay back down and get a few hours of sleep because I was so exhausted. But I've just basically been laying down all day, not sleeping. I woke up last night at 4 a.m. to edit my video, and I ended up going to bed at like 7 a.m. It's not safe, Frank. What, the city isn't safe right now? Really? What do you think of the protests, riots? I don't really know. I think, I mean, the protests and the riots are all staged and fake. So, hey Zianya, what's going on? How are things over in, are you still in Hawaii or are you in New Zealand? Yeah, everything was staged. The, if you, even just that video, the George Floyd video was like picked apart completely. There's a lot of gematria, like the actual killing, the killing of George Floyd was on 33rd Street for the 33 degrees of Freemasonry. The police car had a license plate that just said police on it. When they took him away, it wasn't EMTs and medical staff that took him away. It was cops that took him away. So there's a lot. Everything was set up. The killing of George Floyd was set up. George Floyd and the cop were both low-level Masons. The guy wasn't even a cop. They even worked together. New York City stores have been boarding up their stores preparing for the riots tonight. Frank, I'm gonna buy a ton of jerky today. Oh, are you? We're gonna have a new type of bar, a new bar that's gonna be pretty affordable next week. That's gonna be a good survival bar. We'll do a launch. We'll show you guys everything. Trudeau was caught using an earpiece during media questions today. I mean, is that a surprise to everyone? I can't decide if you're going to live a long time because of your diet or not because of the lack of sleep. Hopefully the sleep gets better soon. Yes, everything was a total setup. It's a total setup, and it's gotten really out of control. The Antifa are trying to make the riots look bad. Staged and fake, they're destroying everything. Yeah, no, Antifa went in and started destroying shit. And then everyone else started destroying shit because it was an excuse for them to steal and riot. I can't sleep either lately. Could be the new Wi-Fi. Did you see the Mason tattoo on George Floyd? Someone sent me that. Actually, no one sent me that. I think I saw it on Twitter earlier. Yeah. This was what I saw. George Floyd has a Masonic tattoo. Exposed. He had there's a picture of him with his shirt off, and he just had the eagles and the Masonic tattoo. Yeah, he was actually in for those of you who don't know, George Floyd was actually in a porno. And I guess they saw the tattoo in the porno too, so go figure. I don't really know what the deal is over there, but it's all the whole situation is ridiculous. I love your pemmican. Yeah, we're gonna have something that's a little more affordable than the pemmican soon. There's a point in the video where Floyd lifts his head up to reposition his head as more comfortable position, and the cop lifts his knee up to let him do so. That's funny. Eric Alphabet did a video talking about everything today. Maybe I'll check it out. I haven't been doing that much research lately. Who commanded Antifa to fake and stage the looting and destruction? It's ridiculous, and people just bought it up. Why are they placing bricks there? Am I coughing from the 5G? I don't know what I'm coughing from, but it's not good. I need to. Oh my god. Big floor. Oh man, I'm gonna fucking choke to death. Guys, I'm sorry, I gotta turn my phone off. Any chance you could offer a $10 Patreon tier? 20 USD is nearly 30 Canadian. I'll watch for the videos. We'll see. I mean, it's only per month. I don't want to see Floyd's BBC. Well, my PP is bigger than his, so it's nothing exciting. Someone sent the day that should happen. Someone sent me the video of his porno. I was like, what? Have you experienced itchiness from Wi-Fi? It can cause skin issues. Yeah. Him and the cop worked together at nightclub security, but the owner claimed they didn't know each other. That's bullshit, and I've done that work, and you need to know who you're working with. It's ridiculous. The whole scenario is ridiculous. They're both Masons. It's both set up. It's all planned. We moved from the pandemic to the purge-demic. We're in a controlled demolition, but we all have the controls to where our heart lays. I have to we'll do a quick live stream tonight, just see what you guys have to talk about with this riot nonsense. Then I gotta film a vitamin C video, and then I'm gonna edit it, and we'll see. The cop is both of them are actors. George Floyd and the cop were both actors. You look like shit. I just didn't sleep last night. You people are idiots, good lord. Antifa has no reason to make protests violent. Right-wing docents, they have won a race war. It doesn't matter. The point is it's all fucking set up, and we need to stop participating in their bullshit. Since I removed most Wi-Fi, my psoriasis is gone. Yeah, everyone I've spoken to that has had psoriasis was always caused by the Wi-Fi. Every single client that I've consulted, their psoriasis issues were caused by Wi-Fi. Every single time. And generally speaking, when people don't address Wi-Fi, they're unable to fix certain lifestyle factors. They kind of discount how much oxidative stress they're suffering from. So the cop is at his house right now, and he really isn't a cop, basically. You need to film the Christian video in addition to the vitamin C video. I don't know when I'm going to do the Christian video. How long did you research for the vitamin C video? Maybe a couple hours total invested. Honestly, like the vitamin C video, I didn't like, it's pretty basic. It's nothing crazy. It answers a few questions, and I'm basically going to tell you guys how much vitamin C to take. It's kind of like it's not going, you know, I never really go too much into metabolic pathways and stuff like that, because there's no real point. Because I'm not going to remember it, and it's a lot of work. You have a pimple? I don't have a pimple. I did have a pimple the other day, and the skin peeled and healed, and it's just a little red right now. Frank, don't do the Christian video. It just seems like a bad idea. Like, I mean, it is ridiculous that you have all of these other carnivore Christian morons that are like pushing Christianity to like a bunch of low IQ people, but it's kind of sad. Is George Floyd dead? I mean, that's a good question. Like, did they cut it? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter whether George Floyd is dead or not. The point is that it was all a setup. Like, whether or not George Floyd is dead or not, does it really matter? Like, are we going to, even if he wasn't dead, are we going to be able to find out where he is, where they took him? You should take B2 and B5 vitamins. It does wonder. I've done B complex for a little bit. Look up the trailer to The Gray State and play it. The director was from Minnesota and his family was all shot to death. I saw that the person who did The Gray State was killed. Thoughts on Ray Pete? I mean, I talked about some Ray Pete stuff in the video with omega 3s I did. You'll gain nothing from it, probably just a huge backlash, most likely. Because explaining that explaining Christianity and talking about religion in a video, it doesn't really benefit me in any way, or it doesn't benefit anyone in any way. It just gets a bunch of people angry. Whereas like calling out carnivores for feeding people estrogenic meat, like, I mean, like, are people hurting themselves and other people by being misled into Christianity? Possibly, but it's not a direct, like, it's not a directly obvious thing. It's not as directly obvious as shoving like poisonous meat down people's throat or telling people to put on native deodorant that's full of fucking chemicals and poison. Like, it's not blatantly obviously bad enough to not cause a backlash. You'll gain genuine followers. The only reason I was going to do the Christian video was because I was tired of the Bible thumping shills in my chat. And once I kind of started like, once I kind of insinuated I was going to make a video on debunking Christianity, they seem to have disappeared, so to speak. Would Australian ground beef technically have all fat soluble vitamins if it's fatty? Any animal fat has fat soluble vitamins in it, but the ratio of the vitamins in the fat depends on what type of pasture the animal was on. If it's a setup, then why would he actually die? Well, look, if it's a setup, but this guy George Floyd is a low-level Mason. They don't give a shit about him. They might have told the guy, hey, if you do this shit, we'll put you on an island with a bunch of 12-year-old boys for the rest of your life, and you can do whatever you want. That's what they might have told this guy, and then they might have just killed him. It's not like if someone tells you, hey, I'll pay you $1 million to do this, and then you do it, they don't have to fucking pay you $1 million because you already did it. It's kind of like it's a tough gig. It's like if I go to, you pay someone to do a job and it's a one-time thing, and you have to trust them that they're gonna pay you for the job. But that's why they're all Masons. They're in the same order. They trust each other, I guess. But who knows if they fucked him over or not? He's still expendable. So if it got to the point where, and I think this type of operation was on such a large scale that they made sure he disappeared. They probably put him on an island in the middle of fucking nowhere to never be seen or found again. He's not going to be like you're not going to find George Floyd walking outside a Masonic lodge in Minneapolis. Like, he's not going to be at the restaurant across the street from the Masonic lodge the next fucking day. They want to spread the VI. Well, I think what they're doing is they're going to give people lethal doses of radiation poisoning or something, and people are going to get really sick 2 weeks from now. Are they blackmailed Floyd because he's already been with a bunch of little boys? Possibly. We don't know, Naomi. We don't know. Their puppets need to be blackmailable. It's only those that were funded and propped up to pay for ascension that got to the top levels of. It's only those that were funded and propped up. Riots are happening only in America. What about the rest of the world? Well, it's all staged in America. There are riots here in Utah Valley right now. crank it out of New York. It's only going to get worse. You have no idea how bad it will be. I know it's only going to get worse, but I mean, I don't really have a means to get out of New York right now. I mean, it's getting crazier and crazier. I'm genuinely curious what they're going to do. There's a bunch of protests in London too. America leads the UN in the origin of the New World Order spiderweb. Yeah, well, because America has to set the stage for the rest of the world, right? So they need to use America as an example, and they might use New York City as the example for the rest of the world, right? So they're setting New York City as the center stage for the protests, and then like 2-3 weeks from now, everyone's gonna be dropping like flies with fucking radiation sickness symptoms. Isn't it crazy how we're all just ants to them? Yeah, it is. You believe George Floyd was really killed or not? It just seems like a distraction. And the point is, it's all set up, and we shouldn't be rioting. The only people that are suffering from the riots are the people, like, it's ridiculous. It's like we've fallen into their trap. They're fucking hurting small businesses even more. It's ridiculous. Mid-Hudson area also preparing for riots tonight. Martial law incoming. It's just like lowlives and degenerates and people that aren't doing so well, low income, are using this as an excuse to go steal from the middle class. It's actually, they're just compounding. Like, I don't know how people don't see what's happening. They basically destroyed the middle class's income. Now they're taking away what's left. They're making sure letting the poor people fucking rob them from it. It's ridiculous. And no one's seeing right through it. Look out for the summer solstice, June 20th. It's a ritualistic date. Something will happen. Well, hasn't something technically happened every day? Then they'll say they died from the Toyota because they rioted. No, they're literally probably giving these people that are rioting outside right now, they're probably radiating the fuck out of them with these towers. They're destroying and burning businesses. Bricks piled up ready for the riots. No, it's like comical how it's comical. They destroy people's income. They got everyone fired from their jobs. They set up the riots. You know, cops are literally doing the first blow to get everyone else to do stuff. And then it's ridiculous. They're destroying and burning business. Yeah, I mean, you guys are just saying it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And all the social media is controlled and everyone's brainwashed into believing that. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy how easily it seems like everyone fell into the trap. It's like, oh, end police brutality, end police brutality. It's all ridiculous. It's so crazy. They could do whatever they want. They could literally, I bet you if the mainstream media wanted to, they could just start a campaign like everyone has to be a Smurf. You have to all paint yourselves blue. I bet you they could do some shit where like, oh, you're going to get the virus unless you paint yourselves blue. And then every fucking Home Depot is going to be out of blue paint. People are going to be like going into the fucking forest to try to find like blue flowers to make blue pigmented paint. They're going to be doing all sorts of wacko shit. They're going to just try to paint themselves blue. Like the media could literally do shit like that. It's ridiculous. People are going to be like trying to jump high into the sky because the sky's blue. It's fucking retarded what the media can do. That's how stupid people are, I believe, at this point. Antifa and Black Lives Matter hijacks an isolated incident of police brutality because racism, then proceeds to organize, stage, and support riots and looting. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It seems like people were peacefully protesting and then Antifa and cops fucking started the riots. Setting the stage for the second wave. Cases and hospitalizations will soar by early next week. What do you mean soar by early next week? You mean they're giving people radiation poisoning while they're outside rioting right now? And these people are going to get very sick from radiation poisoning? Is that what you mean? By cases? Is that what you mean? Everyone falls into the trap because they benefit by virtue signaling, making stupid crybaby posts that are allegedly anti-racism. Well, yeah, like you creating it. There's not really that much. There's not really any racism anymore. It's all fucking staged bullshit. They're creating a fake problem. They're creating imaginary racism, and then they're getting people to argue against nothing. Girls will be wearing collars that read government property. At this point, we have all proved to them they will believe anything they tell us. It's ridiculous. Did you see the SpaceX nonsense in the midst of all this nonsensory? What are they launching more satellites to fry us? When will the next lockdown happen? Probably in 2 or 3 months. Financial reset by 2021. CBDC new fiat through digital permission. Dystopian gulags by 2028. What's that mean? Where are the 5-gram riot control lasers? They're already on the rooftops everywhere. It makes sense why they installed so much Wi-Fi infrastructure in New York City. It's all everywhere. Wi-Fi antennas, 5 grams antennas on every fucking rooftop. They can point them wherever they want. War is coming, either civil or foreign invasion. Why are people saying that? Is this just more predictive programming? Religions rely on faith for their cause. The problem with faith is it's a blindfold that pushes you into a herd mentality. The reason so many people are pushing Christianity is because they want people to do nothing and just sit at home and pray like a bunch of pussies. Civil war will get pretty bad, then the foreign invasion will come. Foreign invasion from who? Can mixing carbs and fats cause heart palpitations? Technically speaking, yeah, but you probably have some other issues. Have any of you guys seen? I haven't been down to New York City. I'm assuming the protests are really, really crazy, right? Did you see the anonymous videos? What were the anonymous videos on? It's like the movie Inception. They plant an idea and make people think it's their own. No, that's what they do. I think the internet blackout is coming this month. The whole black square social media psyop is foreshadowing. Well, they've been all this Trump QAnon psyop bullshit has been going for a while. It's just all bullshit. It's a distraction. They all just want to, I don't know what, honestly, I'm curious. I think they're just fucking around and playing with everyone. It doesn't, nothing about what they're doing makes sense. It's like, all right, well, why don't they just kill people? Why don't they just do this? Why don't they just do that? People have been predicting when the internet blackout will happen, and it doesn't, and it hasn't happened. To me, I mean, honestly, there's no point of an internet blackout because it's all controlled anyway, and there isn't any truth coming out on the media. QAnon isn't real. It's a bullshit psyop. It's all fake. It's funny how they got people to believe they're saving fucking millions of children, yet no one saw one fucking child. It's comical shit. It's a distraction built upon distraction. Exactly. QAnon is shill autist retards being controlled by the CIA. Exactly. The QAnon stuff is basically they keep changing the narrative to get people to believe that things are happening, but they're not happening. Aren't celebs actually pedos though? Probably, but it doesn't matter. It's like they're creating a distraction. They're saying, "Oh, all celebrities are pedophiles, and we're trying to get them," but they're not getting them. They're just fucking doing nothing. USA debt is big, and you can clear it up by going to war. What the fuck are you talking about? War doesn't make any money. The fucking Fed is just fucking printing money. Trump said he's going to take down all social media in July. What, so he can force vaccinate everyone? The virus was a bio attack. China has been attacked. Why is there like 10 fucking... Why are there 10 fucking gaslighting shills in my comments that each said something to distract people from what's actually going on? It's like, it's so ridiculous. The overarching point is that they have Wi-Fi weaponry installed and they're giving people radiation poisoning and no one is realizing what's going on. Right, when they burn down your business, will you still say it's a distraction? Please move out of New York. I mean, I don't have the money to move out of New York. And what do you mean when they burn down your business, will you say it's a distraction? They created the riots. They started them and they incited other people to be violent. And it is a complete distraction from what they're actually doing. It's ridiculous. They had everyone scared shitless and locked in their homes for fucking 4 months, and then just on the fucking, what is it? The flip of a coin, everyone's outside protesting the next day. Literally the next fucking day. Literally one day, stay inside, social distance, don't go outside. The next fucking day, oh, millions of people out protesting. It's literally the next fucking day. It's comical. There were a lot of shills in your comment section of the illusion vid. The video yesterday. The video yesterday. Tor browser used to upload videos of kids and charge Bitcoin. They're brony retards who don't know anything about Freemasons. Since people are so global, why not use the riots as an opportunity to incite people to burn the towers and assassinate high court judges and telecommunications executives? Because the mainstream media has already conveyed a narrative that 5 grams is a conspiracy theory. And I bet you if you went out and tried to hand out like flyers about the Wi-Fi weaponry and stuff, that no one would believe you. Someone mainstream would literally have to do it. And if Trump wasn't controlled opposition and it wasn't a psyop bullshit, then Trump would literally be telling people to burn down 5G towers. Like if anyone was telling the truth, they would literally be saying, like, I'm literally the only person saying, take the fucking towers down. Like, my message for the past 2 months has been like, all you guys gotta fucking do is take these towers down and take these streetlights down, and they can't do shit. Well, they can still probably spray gas and poison you, but at least they won't have the fucking weapon set up in front of your home already. Like, I bet if you went out and tried to hand out flyers, everyone would just be like, oh, that's just a conspiracy, that's just bullshit. Turn your router off. My computer is directly wired. The router is just one aspect of it. They already have all the street lights set up. They have everything set up. Nazis literally had camps all across the US that bred their Aryan babies. I don't know why why do you guys care about Jews so much? If the protesters aren't coughing to death on the floor, we were lied to. Well, you know, it's funny. all the grocery store workers are still alive. You know, the media would have you believe they should have been dead already. It's hard. It's hard enough to convince your family, let alone strangers. Nah, no one's gonna believe it. If the virus was real, everyone would be dead already. It's funny. They're gonna say, "Oh, well, it takes 2-3 weeks to incubate." What is that? How long it takes you to fry everyone with your radiation? Cities are a soft target during internet blackout. I sent a bunch of your videos about 5 grams to some friends, and none of them believe me. People don't want to believe it because they rather get fried by their cell phones all day. Do you think they'll be using the towers to control the crowd soon? You know, the information about how this radio wave weaponry can be used is mostly classified military documents. So I don't know or understand the science behind what they can physically do with these radio waves. I know they can, I mean, they can make you cough and fucking suffocate to death. The people in Wuhan were just dropping dead on the fucking street and dying. I know they can kill people. Can they put thoughts in your head? Possibly. They can possibly put thoughts in your head. They can do pretty much anything. I think they can do anything with these towers to control the crowds. And you said, do you think they'll be using the towers to control the crowds? They're already doing that, probably. Anyone with itchiness is probably from the nanoparticles in the air emitted from the airplanes. Frank, my mom tested positive with the virus. I told her about the radiation poisoning and it went one ear, not the other. Now I'm being pushed by my family and close friends to get tested. Well, when you're testing for the virus, you're not testing for anything. You're testing for antibodies. You're not testing for a virus. You're basically just testing if your body's having an immune response to something.
Frank, why were you throwing up Mason symbols in your video today?
Your body is going to have an immune response to anything. Frank, why are you throwing up Mason symbols in your video today? I did the number 3 like this. That's not a fucking Mason symbol. It would have been clearer than that. It's close to a Mason symbol. Any fucking hand sign can technically be is pretty close to a Mason symbol. You have to, like, people are so brainwashed by the media. They believe in a fake virus. They believe there's a test for the fake virus, yet they literally told you. Did you show your mom or whoever in the news? Did you show your mom the news article that said 40,000 test kits false positive? Did they show you? Did you show her? I literally did a video on it. 40,000 test kits tested positive for the virus. Did you show her that? What did she say to that? What does the oh so intelligent person that believes they tested positive for the fake virus think about a news article that says the test kits tested positive for the virus? What does that person think about that? Oh, that was just a mistake. This one was good. Like, are you fucking, like, literally fucking brain dead? Literally fucking brain dead.
How long do you think it will take before welfare becomes unsustainable?
It will take before welfare becomes unsustainable. I don't know. I don't know. It's all crazy because they gave people $1,200 fucking dollars and that's it. It's been like 4 months and they gave people $1,200. Like, no one's paying their fucking rent and no one's getting a job. They're just trying to destroy everyone. How is Adam's car doing? I'm not sure if he got the quote on the window yet. Well, I'm not a Mason. But I find it funny how ever since I started making fun of these faggots for being Masons, they're trying to pretend I'm a Mason. I don't know what their gaslighting ideas are. Have you gotten bullied into wearing a mask in public yet? The one time I didn't bring a mask, I wasn't near anyone. I was like 10 feet away from this guy. No, not 10 feet. I was halfway across the fucking street from this guy. And this guy literally yelled at me, "No mask, no mask." I didn't say anything. I was like, this guy's fucking retarded. Like, I don't get it though. Like, if you're wearing a fucking mask, why do you care if someone else is wearing a mask? It's like saying, like, if you have a gun, why do you care if someone else doesn't have a gun? It's only the other way around. An anti-fluoride documentary was aired in Cantonese. What do you mean anti-fluoride? Fluoride, if anything, is almost a distraction at this point from all the other shit they're poisoning you with. Fluoride is just one of the many things they're poisoning you with. You're worried about fluoride when they're putting toxic levels of chlorine in your water, and they're literally sending you letters in the mail every 2 months from the water company saying, oh, by the way, your chlorine levels were toxic this month. Funny how these shills try to discredit you whenever they can. Oh, he's gay. Oh, he doesn't enjoy his meals. He needs to make his meat taste good. He's a conspiracy theorist. He's a Mason little retard. You know, there's a whole bunch of people just trying to talk shit about me, but it doesn't really work because I'm smarter than everyone else and I have more to offer. Funny seeing protesters wearing masks. It goes to show how brainwashed they are. Not only do you believe in the fake virus, you believe in their fake fucking protests, and you're outside arguing for nothing. Should I get tested to call my family? What do you mean? You get tested by a fake test and it tests positive for the bullshit, then what? Because, Frank, you'll pass it to others. Aren't those other people going to be wearing a mask? So they can't get it? What do you mean I'll pass it to others? Other people that aren't wearing a mask too, so shouldn't we all get it? You worry too much. Listening to you find problems and everything is making me stressed. What do you mean problems and everything? What do you mean problems? Listening to you is getting you stressed? You're locked in your fucking home and they're rioting outside. I think you should be a little stressed. Hey, Frank, in my school they set 5 grams adapters in the school terrace. Yeah, they're trying to fry children. Good thing the riots are immune to the virus, lol. They're probably sitting back and laughing their asses off at how stupid everyone is, yeah. Do you enjoy Wendy's? I haven't been to Wendy's since I was a kid. Are the protesters wearing masks paid crisis actors? I mean, there are a lot of paid crisis actors, and it surprised me that none of them spoke up. Now, there's a lot of exposures about, you know, fake crisis actors at various shootings and how they even had, like, there was one really funny one. It's like the morgue director at each of these shootings was the same guy. It's ridiculous. Fake test positive for bullshit. Yeah. A plane drew a Wi-Fi symbol today by my house, also drew a happy face. You should have taken a picture of it. How much longer will it be until we live under complete control and martial law? I mean, aren't we technically under complete control and martial law already? Because they have everyone locked inside their homes like a bunch of cuck pussies, and no one seems to care. Watched a live stream today in New York City, almost everyone wearing a mask. This is the thing. Like 2-3 weeks from now, when everyone gets sick from radiation poisoning, I was wearing a mask. I was wearing a mask. I was wearing a mask. And what are they going to say? Oh, well, masks don't work. We forgot to tell you guys masks don't work. I'm curious what they're going to fucking do. It gets better and better, to be honest. Don't you get mentally drained from constantly finding issues around you? I mean, there's one issue. It's these fucking Wi-Fi towers. You said, am I mentally drained from constantly finding issues around you? Well, no, there's one issue. It's the Wi-Fi towers, and everything else is revolving around that issue. Can you say gabagool for me? I'll pay you later. Did you consider starting a farm and creating community with fellow people in carnivores? I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to move out of New York, let alone fucking get a farm. The National Guard is coming to New York soon. They're just holding it off. I mean, it's ridiculous. They already. I just don't get it. They already had a fucking police state, and no one was going out. And what, did they see that people were going out now because it was June and July and they had to start the riots to get the military in? Cause what? They didn't want, because they had to start the riots because they can't take the fucking military in for letting people go to the beach. Is that why? It's ridiculous. Oh, let's make some fake fucking riots so we can get the military in. How much do you need to buy a farm? Oh, I mean, we're looking at properties. We're applying for a loan right now. I can't even buy a fucking farm. I bet you all these farm properties I go to, there's gonna be a fucking 5 grams antenna right there. This is stage 3 of Soros's plan. There are 3 more stages to go. I think I saw that graphic. I don't speak Spanish at all. We have to look at properties. Hopefully, we're gonna do the loan paperwork this week or next week. We're gonna look at properties, and hopefully nothing ridiculous happens in New York City. Yeah, I mean, it just seems to be getting more and more ridiculous, and the censorship is just getting worse and worse. This ends December 21st, 2021. Well, I mean, I know it's going to go for a while, but what the fuck else are they going to do? Are they going to, I mean, everyone's going to get injected. They're going to kill more people. They're going to kill more children. They're going to keep things crazy. Would you ever leave the USA? I mean, I don't really fucking. If I wanted to, like, guys, if I wanted to go out to a fucking farm and live on my own and do shit, I probably would have already. Hey Frank, what if you meet Trump? Would you kick and beat the hell out of him? I would reach down into his pants to feel how wet his pussy was after he saw me. And I'm actually serious. I think Trump and every fucking male in the Trump family is a biological female. I'd bet fucking my bank account on it, to be honest. I'd bet my fucking bank account on it. Not one of them have an Adam's apple. All of them have female hands. All of them have female hands. I already started. It's already started. It's against people. If the police realize what they're doing, the elite will just send in foreign mercenaries instead. You think the elite will send in foreign mercenaries? You used to get like 30K views at your peak, then it slowly declined to 10K, and now you're down to 7 to 6,000. Yeah, my views have been getting lower and lower and lower. They cover up depopulation policies under the guise of inclusion, science, convenience, acceptance, and all these other pretexts. Is that why they all look fucking weird? Yes. No, like, there's one, people always say, like, oh, well, 1,000 years ago, everyone died at 30, so the life expectancy is much longer. That's absolutely not true. Funny how all the Trump retards are defending the National Guard coming in on Twitter. I think those are all shills. They say Michelle Obama's a man. Well, that's an obvious one. So we did get our first female president. I guess we did. Trudeau's a female. Let's look at that one. I haven't looked at that one yet. It's very possible. The height isn't always, they're usually tall for some reason. I guess they inject them with stuff. Yeah, I mean, the female eyes are the obvious one. Girls, it's just the it's so like the female face is so obvious. Like, this is another female face. This is a very obvious female face. Like, this is a very obvious female face to me. Like, I've never seen a more obvious. Look at the hands. Like, I've never seen a more obvious female. This is like one of the most obvious females I've ever seen. I don't know why no one else has pointed this out. It's too fucking obvious. Like, it's such a fucking girl. It looks like an old lady, doesn't it? I can tell who has a pussy by their eyes. Yeah, it's all ridiculous. I don't know, guys. I'm just so over this shit. It's like, what the fuck's the point anymore? Everyone's fucking brainwashed. I get censored. Since you said Trump is a girl, would you date her, and do you think she's hot? I pointed it out to you on Snapchat. That's where you learned this, did you? Can you snap me what you sent me again? Maybe I'll remember. Victoria said that she didn't think you looked like a man. You know, slightly crazy vegan, I haven't asked Victoria that yet, and I kind of want to. That's why Bill Gates wants to make our PPs Microsoft. She never had one and is jealous. Well, Grimes is probably a man. Definitely a man. I mean, you guys could say my face doesn't look like a male, but like my hands are fucking, like, I'm a dude. Like, have you seen my bone structure? Like, I'm not a female. It's pretty obvious. They can easily recruit people to the police since they have put everyone out of work for a fake virus. Yeah, there's probably always people they can get. Oh wait, I think I missed a few donations. Frank, can you talk on what the preferred fuel source of the body is, glucose or saturated animal fat? Also on how it relates to breast milk. What's your opinion on the people who cure diabetes with sucrose? That last part, I don't know off the top of my head. Well, sucrose doesn't really get digested, and it's sweet. So, I mean, you're basically going to shit your brains out. Would that cure diabetes? Possibly. Is glucose less stressful on the body than saturated animal fat? Yeah, but generally speaking, glucose comes in the presence of other molecules, not just, it comes with fructose. Can you transvestigate yourself? All right, PayPal me $500. I'll end your transvestigation. Animal fat really depends on your genetics, what your capabilities are to produce lipase and bile. So I always tell people, see what you feel good eating. Don't ask me what the preferred fuel source for the body is. I mean, definitely check out my video, do athletes need carbohydrates? Like, I'm not that big of a guy, but like compared to the rest of my body, my hands are big. Frankelina Tufano, the girl. They were given hormones from birth. Yeah. Man, this fucking live stream went down the tubes. Does do we want to cover anything else about the riots today, guys? Do you guys have any suggestions? Should I go down to New York and film? Frank's caterpillars look extra furry today. I don't know why. Maybe because my hair is in my face. When will you monetize your bodybuilding program? I mean, I don't think gyms are opening this year, buddy, so we're fucked. The bodybuilding, I chose literally the worst time to do a bodybuilding transformation. Like, any other time in my lifetime would have worked besides now. Can't wait for the bar. Yeah, we're gonna have the bar soon next week. Film but stay safe. You should go film during the curfew. Yeah, I don't think it's worth going down there and filming from a safety perspective. Is Colin Kaepernick a Freemason shill? Well, he's with them, but they're all part of the agenda. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up before I get into myself into any more trouble. So I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video. How dangerous do you think it'll be? EMF poisoning is happening everywhere. Here's the thing. What I would do is I would go down and I'd pay some people to hand out flyers. I don't know if it'd be worth it. Are people going to even fucking read the flyers or care about the flyers? I don't know. I'll try it. What's today? Tuesday? Maybe we'll do it. Hopefully I get some fucking sleep tonight. Record some baddies in New York City. For some reason, all the baddies are like fucking cuck pussies that are just staying in their apartments. But they open their legs for some 6'5" Tarzan dude.